Hello fellow Knights, this is OG from Crypto Knights back with another cryptocurrency video. So actually right now we are getting into a trade, but let's just quickly go over the markets. First of all, as always, if you appreciate these videos, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe so that you can get timely trade videos. Now on Bitcoin, we have a potential W bottom here, so the double bottom. The neckline's at 33.6K. We're actually testing that right now. We're actually just above it, but we want to see a candle close above this level. And ideally, we want to see it close above the 200 MA, so above 33 point, let's say 33.7, right? One of the reasons is because typically the 200 MA serve as support on the upside and then resistance on the downside, and currently we are below it, right? So there is a possibility that price can get rejected here and continue lower. So we do have this counter signal factor that we have to take into account. So, but if we can close above this, right? If we have this 15-minute candle close above not only this neckline, but above these two MAs as well, then this will be a good place for a long. So I am actually waiting for this candle close to see whether or not I will be entering a long position for Bitcoin. That said, Ethereum is actually already breaking out. So as I was doing this video, my alerts were going off. So this is this W right here. The neckline was at 2080, and so I had set an alert for around 2080. So price alert was going off. I had to move this up so that it, the alert didn't keep on popping up. So actually here was a long right here at 2080, and again, while there was, we have this 200 MAs as resistance as well, but this candle was very large body candle, very large volume, right, as you can see. So this was a good place for a long, and in fact, you could have already taken at least some profits here, right, because this is a decent sized move for at least a first initial partial take profit. And then the question now becomes whether or not we can break above this level, right, 2130. If we can get above this, then we have a lot of room on the upside. But just like on Bitcoin, there's a possibility that we fail here and continue downwards, because we have been in this downward trend, and so the MA serve as resistance when we are trending downwards. So that's a possibility. So it looks like price is racing down a little bit for now, but we want to see 15-minute closes, right, and to see what price actually does. So unfortunately, I think by the time you guys see this, it's probably too late for you guys to enter into this long. But this is why it's also super important for you to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications, because sometimes there's only the trades are very imminent, right? Sometimes as I'm doing these videos, trades can come in, so you always want to be prepared beforehand, which is why I always say, if this happens, right, then we enter. If it doesn't happen, then we don't enter. I think we are still getting a lot of people who are not understanding that concept. I see that some people are saying, that trade failed, when in fact the trade was never confirmed, right? So if this never broke above the neckline, then there would be no trade, right? It's not that, oh, that trade failed, because if that makes sense, right? Because if there's no trade, there is no failed trade. There's also no successful trade either, right? So if this didn't break out and it's invalidated, and then price eventually does come back up, I'm not going to claim credit for predicting that, because that wasn't my original setup. The same way that I'm not going to be here taking responsibility for a failed trade if this doesn't play out, and then if it does and it zigzags around, eventually comes up, and then you enter along here, and then it doesn't work out. That's not the trade setup that I was referring to, right? So, yeah, hopefully, for those of you who have been trading or who have been following me, you understand that concept. It's an if-then sort of condition, right? So if never happened, then there's no how do I put this? There is no verification of the then condition because the then condition never got triggered, right? Okay, so that's so far, right? This is what's happening, and then lastly, I want to look at Chainlink. So I actually posted an idea on Chainlink on TradingView right before I recorded this video when price was bouncing down here, right? So we're in this channel, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, right? This 0.1, 0.2 first test of resistance, it came all the way back down to test support, and then on the down, on the support side, we have first point here, point number 2, and then this is the first test of support. And so, if we have a similar setup, we could potentially see price go all the way back up here to around 2021, right? So we've already seen a small bounce here since I posted the idea, and so as price starts to go up, you can start to take partial profits, and then eventually targeting the top side of the channel as a final take profit level. But the one thing that has me slightly concerned, though, is the fact that if we look at Link versus Bitcoin, we are also in this channel, right? We're also in this channel like this. But unlike on the dollar pair, where the price has come down to test the bottom of the channel, on the Link BTC pair, that has not happened yet. And so, in the back of my mind, there's always seems to always a chance that this might come down here to test it before going up. And so, depending on what Bitcoin price does in that, in that time, Bitcoin dollar pair might also come down, right? But that's just something to keep in the back of your mind. Doesn't invalidate the trade on Link USD, but just a risk factor, right? A potential risk factor to keep in mind. Okay, that's it for today's video. These are all the pairs that I find the most critical to update you guys on for the time being. So again, if you appreciate these videos, like, share, subscribe. Thank you guys. OG out. See you in the next video.